This is the URT. You are the URT. Big up the URT. Smash a like for the URT. Subscribe to the URT. Where's the remote? Where's the remote? Damn it, I need to turn the TV down. 1 second, people. 1 second. We'll see you after this intro. 1 second, people. 1 second. See you after this intro. URT, who are the URT? Big up the URT. Smash a like for the URT people. Listen, people, big up to all of you lot. Welcome, welcome. What's going on with the cameraman? People need to just chill out. But here we go. We're live, people. We're live. We're direct. Big up to everybody, please. Big up Saeed for the raid. Appreciate Saeed for the raid. Listen, people, welcome. We got big Manchester United transfer news tonight. We got so much to talk about with you guys. Fernanders deal, Real Madrid enter the race. We got so many different things to talk about. And yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens over the next couple of months. But obviously, just being an England game, England played quite well, I thought. England played quite well, obviously, but we're going to be also talking about the Micheal Carrick interview because it's super important that we discuss the Micheal Carrick interview because it's a bit of a Bomba. Micheal Carrick coming out, interview today, talking about how the styles of football he wants to play, the type of players that United want to sign. So it's really, really interesting, really, really fascinating. Big up Saeed for the raid. Please do smash the like. The target is 150. 150 is the word. Likes. Big up to Saeed for the raid. Appreciate Saeed. Love, light. But yeah, smash the likes, people, and welcome. England 4, Croatia 2. We're going to come after that, but first we're going to talk about Manchester United transfer, and we're going to be talking about Micheal Carrick interview. So welcome in, people. Welcome in. Welcome in wherever you are in the world. Welcome in, people. Thank you to have welcome, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Big up, people. I'm sending the link to a couple of people to be able to jump on if they want to jump in and join us. Big up to King Saul. Big up to all the regulars. But yeah, Micheal Carrick interview. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it, but what you thought about the Micheal Carrick's recent interview? What have you guys thought about it? What have you thought about the Micheal Carrick recent interview? What have you guys thought about the Micheal Carrick recent interview, people? I really want to know your 2 pence. And yeah, he talked about his optimism, obviously. He said that it's quite big. Yes, it's the big time. He talked about the style of play, and he said winning exciting football when it comes to man, there are all sorts of different ways to get there, but a version of winning exciting football, that's the responsibility to try produce both. He talked about midfield being a priority. It's essential to have strong midfield and strong spine. On top of that, we're certainly conscious of that. He talked about, yeah. He talked about the relationship with Jim the Rat Racist. Nothing crazy formal. It's just chatting. He's picking my brains on a few things. General conversations about players or the club or feelings. He's been good with me, to be honest, and left me to do a lot of the work and trusting in me. Jim's telling him about the same bullshit he's been telling people. Why do we need all these videos? When before I run, I just stretch. Yeah. So lots of interesting things. Yeah. So it came out yesterday on mainly at the BBC, and I can show you lot as well. I can show you lot as well. I can show you and bring you some things. Football. Let me just go to Manchester United. Manchester United. Let me just go to it. Manchester United. There we go. Let me just try to find it. Where the hell is it? This interview with Micheal Carrick. Damn, I'm going to find it in a minute, people. But big up to every one of you. But what did you guys think about the brand of exciting football that he's talking about? What do we believe about that to be? What do we believe? Sorry, Carrick is just a puppet for the ownership. Is going to tend to end in tears. Why do you think it's going to end in tears? Why do you think it's going to end? Smash the likes and subscribe, people. Why do you think it's going to end? Don't have time to listen to what Carrick, Wilcox Barada, and Jim the Racers have to say. Wind me up. Zimba there talking about it. But people, thanks for joining us. Smash the like, subscribe. He's not going to slag them off. He has to toe the line. He's not going to publicly challenge them. Last back him. That's an interesting thing, Ashley. That's an interesting take. Big up, man. Big up, Ben. Yeah, big up. He says, look, Ugandan people are the kindest people I met. Up there with the Moroccans. Yeah, he's been looked after over there. Big up, Ben. Big up. Elmo here. Smash a like and the like, subscribe. Free Palestine, Lebanon, Sudan, Iran. Flying home tomorrow night. I've loved the visit too much, man. It's defo up there. It's taught me more stuff about life in Africa. There you go. There you go. Big up, man. Of course, it's just more about further education and opening your mind, bro. Serious question. Carrick Southgate 2.0. Elgie, you're around. I'll send you the link. Let me know if you want to jump on, Elgie. I can send you the link. Big up, Helgi. Yeah, big up, Helgi. Send you the link, man. But we're going to be talking about England as well, which is a really entertaining and open game. I'll send you the link now, Helgi. Big up to you, bro. Not heard from you. I want to talk to me about Norway as well. Norway started really good on. So let me send this to him now. Helgi, jump on. I've sent it to you, Helgi, and I'll send the link as well to if he's about. If he's about, better watch out. There you go. Send it to him as well. But yeah, the other news about Manchester United tonight, people, is that Real Madrid have stepped up their interest in Fernanders. They've stepped up their interest. Fernanders. So that's really, really interesting. Really, really interesting. What's happening there? So, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, and then obviously we're talking about Manchester United prioritizing left-wing reinforcements this summer, especially if Marcus Rashford is sold. United top cut targets include Diamonde as well as more realistic alternatives in Dai and Somerville. That's the people that they're saying and what they're talking about. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But yeah, people, please smash a like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Let me see if Helgi's jumped on. Helgi, I've sent you the link, man. Jump on, man. Big up to Alien Tenno who says, what else can Carrick do? Positive, negative. What the fuck do people want? Yeah, exactly, to be fair. Yeah, he can't really say anything. But to me, one of the most interesting things, I hope he lives by it. I'm going to hold him accountable to it because for me, Micheal Carrick, I don't care who's manager, where you're from Timbuktu, whether you've played 500 or 800 times for Manchester United. The Manchester United DNA is attacking, exciting football. So I'm excited a little bit by that, and I'm hoping and praying that he can do that. But it's all about the backing. If these Glazers don't sign 7 or 6 players that he needs, then I don't think we're going to see that exciting football. Carrick's only 2.0 players turn things will go with, especially with the style of football next season. We're going to get exposed. and the fan base are going to get huge reality check. Well, I hope that doesn't happen, Simba. I hope that doesn't happen. Tuchel showed us game management today, attacking changes when winning to keep the pressure on them and not to sit back yet. Yeah, that's the difference in it between him and Southgate, 100%. Bruno Fernanders, the stinker. Wait, what? Bruno fans, don't come after me. I didn't watch it. Was it 1-1 between them and Congo? Was it 1-1? Did it finish 1-1? Neto scored, didn't he? João Neves scored. Set up by Patron and Neves, yeah. Wow. Wizard scored for them. That's fascinating, and that's really interesting. But yeah, England doing what they did. They need to do what they need to do. People, please smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. The question is simple. I'm going to ask you tonight is that do you guys believe in the Carrick? Do you believe in the Carrick interview? Do you believe him when he says that he's going to play exciting football? He's going to play exciting football. Do you believe him? How much do you believe him? That's what I'm asking you guys. That's what I'm asking you guys. Do you believe him? Should we hold him to that? Do you believe him? That's the question I'm going to ask you. Without signing the 6 or 7 players we need, especially the midfield, he talked about this midfield being strong. You need a strong spine and you need a strong midfield. So if he doesn't get back, that's the question we're going to ask. The question we're going to ask is that, right? That's going to be the question, people. If he doesn't get back, can he play open style? Yeah, big up Rants, man. Appreciate you, King. Big up to Rants, man. Big up Rants Raid. Yeah, big up to Rants Raid. Big up Sarcasm City. Love. Can Manchester United play the open attacking football? That's the question. Can they play? Michael Carrick said he wants to play exciting. The word is exciting. That's what Michael Carrick has said. He wants to play attacking, open play. That's what he said. That's what he wants to do. So can he play that attacking style football? Can he play it? His words were style of play. Winning, exciting football is what comes to mind. There are all sorts of different ways to get there, but the version of winning, exciting football, that's responsibility to try to produce both. And then he said it's essential to have strong midfield and strong spine. Top of that, we're certainly conscious of that. Yeah. Yeah, and he talked about the bit of the relationship with Carrick. We're talking about Carrick, people. Big up to everybody. So the question I'm going to ask you, please, let's get to 200 likes SAP. Can Carrick, the question is, without the backing, without 6 or 7 players, 6 or 7 players, 6 or 7 that are need players. Can Carrick play exciting, winning football? Winning football, mate. Winning ball. Smash the likes, people. That's the question, and I want you to start getting in the vote. Smash the likes and subscribe, people. Subscribe and sub. Yay, nay. Yeah, people. Elgate's here. Big up Elgate. Norway got off to a fantastic start last night.
Yeah.
How you doing, Elgate? We're not seeing you for a while. How you doing, man? How's the music going?
Yeah, it's It's good. That's why I'm working about 16, 8, obviously, because I don't have a job. My job is songwriting and making music. So yeah, I've been working like 16, 18 hours a day for like a month because I'm coming out with my first album in this fall. So I'm trying to do the most I can before, the World Cup starts. So mad busy, but yeah, now I've taken a break because now it's all about football. So yeah, um, it was it was actually our worst game the last 2 years, I would say, but we still won 4-1, so I'm happy. But the performance wasn't good. But yeah, if we can win 4-1 while playing the poorest we've done in 2 years, I'm excited.
Yeah. To me, it's the poorest I've seen. Not porous, but I don't think it was a game that was 4-1. Obviously, 2 goals were mistakes. One was an own goal, but
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a game that was 4-1. I think Iraq played
No, no,
really
no, no,
well.
no, 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 no.
I think Iraq caused you problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think also, I'm not the guy who gets too ahead of myself. Like right now, I'm just happy that Norway is in our first ever. I've never even seen a Euros for Norway in my lifetime, so I'm just happy we are here. And yeah, like if we just were here but we had a shit team, I would still be happy. So that the fact that we are here with a brilliant striker and yeah, lots of good players. Yeah, I'm just happy. I won't moan too much about that. I'm just happy we are in the World Cup, and yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
definitely.
I'm wearing you can't barely see it, but it's the full black kit of Norway.
Wow. It looks nice, actually. It's a really nice kit.
Yeah.
People, please smash the likes. So, Elgar, I just want to give you a bit of the taste of the interview. I don't know if you've seen the Micheal Carrick interview.
I've seen it.
Yeah. What did you think about it? What's your 2 pence on it?
I think people get too excited with, like, okay, let's see it on the other side. What else can he answer? So let's just imagine Nura, if he was asked this question, he said, "No, I'm thinking about playing a little bit low block counter attack," and like he can only say he only says what people want to hear because that's kind of how most footballers and managers are nowadays, except for those with strong personality. And yeah, that's obviously one thing that I don't like about Carrick, because I love Carrick the player. But the reason why I said Southgate is just um, I really feel like he is. They have a saying, if kind of, if you work in a company, Nura, right? And me and you work in a company, and Ben, Jarv, everyone, we work in a company, right?
Yeah.
And the manager kind of gets sacked, and we decide who the manager is. Kind of, it's much easier for them. Like, dude, we got you the job. We can easily remove it, just like they did with Ollie. So I feel like he comes like he got the job because the players want him. Like, don't make it's nothing else. I'm not saying nothing else because he results and stuff, but I'm just saying the players got him his job, not his resume. It was ex United got him the interim, and the players got him the job. Um, so yeah, um, but I think you made a good point though in terms of the players we buy in the summer. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't matter who the manager is, but if we have a shit summer, we are going to be shit no matter who is the manager. We just
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah, I think you made a good point there. Like, and can we play exciting football? I had you on the AirPods because I was just cleaning up in the kitchen while I heard you, and I started laughing because you said like can we play exciting football without buying 6 players? And I just laughed because I was like, how? Because like we have a left back who doesn't overlap.
Yeah.
We have a right back. We have a good right back who's on the bench called Masraoui. So they play Dalot because Carrick likes him. So we have one left back who doesn't overlap, and we have a right back who overlaps that couldn't hit the barn door, what you say in England. So to be an exciting team in this day and age, we need overlapping or underlapping fullbacks, in my opinion. We need lots of elements, and I just feel like, yeah, we are lacking so much. But we do have some exciting players, Bumo, Cunha, and stuff. But you know, you can't attack with 3 people or 4. You need to attack with the team, and yeah, I think we all have different opinions, but I think for the attack next season, I think the most important is I don't want to sign a winger, and by that I mean I do want a winger, but I would much more buy a left back
Yeah.
because I think it's so important for the attack, and yeah, I'm really there's some things I'm looking forward to next season, but it has nothing to do with Carrick, and there are so many things like will he keep favoriting Dalot? Like Masraoui has barely put a foot wrong at United in 2-3 years, and he still picks Dalot over him time and time and time and time again. I think he will hesitate to buy a new left back because he's in love with Shaw. Euro will struggle to get into the team because he loves Maguire. So we have Euro, and De Ligt is going to be benched for Maguire, most likely. So already there, that's actually insane if you think about it, Noah. That's 3 or 4 Ollie back 4.
Yeah.
Is from that time, Shaw, Dalot, and Maguire.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously Solskjaer didn't use Dalot as much and loaned him out, but you get my drift. Like it's basically it's just Licha or whatever, or Heaven instead of Lindelof, and we have the same defense as we had like 6 years ago. So that's crazy.
Yeah, 100%. 100% is crazy. Zimba says here, having a decent coach also attracts players. One of the reasons Tonali wants to go to Spurs is because he wants to work with De Serbi. Meanwhile, we're stuck with Carrick and Holland. No, I think it's because United don't want to pay the money. I think he would want to come to Manchester United, Tonali.
Yeah. I get this point, but I do still think good players. I think players don't move that much for a manager these days. They move more for a project, a club, what players. So if you come to United, you can play with Sesko, Cunha, and Bruno, whatever people think about Bruno. All players respect him. So I think the United pull and what players we have is more important than the manager, because even if we had, I don't know, Klopp, Pep, Ancelotti, they could be sacked in 3 months, and players know that. So I think that kind of have gone a bit out. So I think you're more correct. It's nothing else than they don't want to spend money. It has nothing to do with pull. It has nothing to do with anything. But just imagine how easy if you were owning the club and you didn't want to spend money. The easiest thing is just to put out to the media, Ben Jacobs or whatever. You just put on, no, we don't want to make like Sancho, Anthony signings anymore. You can always find a reason, and there will be people like, there are literally people like masturbating to Ineos balancing books. It's so weird. Like people are, yeah, we're not overpaying. Yeah, we're buying a 21-year-old instead of Elliot Anderson. Like we won't overpay, and I think there's some weird part of our fan base that are like acting like they are saving up for a house. No, exactly.
Yeah.
But,
Listen, at the end
and
of the day, for me, I do think though there are players that we're getting ripped off. Mateo Fernanders is not worth 80 million or
no,
85 million. People, we're not even on
no.
100 likes. I don't know what's going on, people. Seriously. There's over 300 of you in here and we're not even on 100 likes. That's embarrassing, man. Come on, people. Don't forget, we have always injured the lit. Yeah, 100%. I think we need a centre half. I really, really think we need a centre half, and I keep saying it. I think that people are underplaying. We've got injury-prone centre halves. Maguire is being injury-prone in the last couple of years.
Yeah, but Nura, we have a problem at basically every position. Like we have some good players, obviously, but for me, I think we need a centre back. But I do think we really need a left back. We need a second goalkeeper. We need 3 midfielders. We need at least 1 winger. We need a backup striker. That's so it's more a matter of priority, because obviously you can't get all, but that's why, yeah. If the plan is to not buy a left back, because I see the rumors on Hall and stuff, but I don't believe it until I see it. But are we really going to go into? I think it's people can fact check me in the chat. Is it the 11th season of Shaw? You're muted. Yeah. So I almost feel like it's a weird dream or a nightmare, kind of like 11th season of Shaw. And why? And yeah, I was thinking about this here the other day, that our fan base, like to the detriment, we are sort of loyal, but I feel like our fan base is the most clingy fan base in the entire world in terms of wanting to get rid of players, not giving up on players, not moving on, selling, buying new. Everyone, there's a cult for almost every player. Like it's insane. All other clubs just the buy, sell, change team. Our team is like, we want to keep average players for 8 years because they had 3 good months suddenly, and we want to extend contracts, and we get so sentimental. There are probably people who want to bring Pogba and Lukaku and Lingard back today. So yeah, it's crazy. We like Maguire shouldn't play for us. Dalot shouldn't play for us. Shaw shouldn't play for us. Not because they are shit. They aren't shit, but we have tried, and then we have
Yeah,
tried some
100%.
more.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, 100%. Like for me, it's the fullback areas and the centre halves. I think we need to. I think we don't. I don't think a winger. I think we will try to use the young lad. I always forget his name from the academy. Get him in the
JJ.
mix next. Not JJ. The other one. Oh God! Somebody in the
Oh,
chat.
Lacey.
The other one.
Lacey.
Yeah. I think, but left back is what we need. Left back is more paramount and it's important. But I'm gonna put it to a poll. Do we need more left back or do we need more? We need you know what I mean?
I would also put up striker, because it's not a problem now. But what have we done with Martial? What have we done with almost every striker that we bring? Højlund. We have one striker.
Yeah.
And with Højlund, we had one striker. And he was like 21, barely played the season for Atlanta, and we played him every Europa League, every Premier League, 90 minutes, because we only had one striker. And then he brought Weghorst or whatever, I think it was that season, or maybe the season before. But my point still stands that I think it's an underrated problem that I see far too few people talk about the backup striker, because they don't see, like, imagine if something happens to him, or just he can't play Champions League, Premier League, Champions League. Also, Sesko is going to be shit sometimes next season. He is a young player. He's going to be shit. He's going to be good.
Big up
He's going to
Alien
be shit.
Channel. Yeah.
So yeah, I think a striker, a backup striker, or competition striker, whatever, is super underrated. I don't get the winger thing. We have Dorgu, Cunha, Mbumo, Ahmad, Lacey. You can put in JJ. You can put in Mount if there's a crisis. But yeah, I would much more say, because also the thing I hate about if Sesko doesn't play, then you have to put Cunha or Mbumo out of position and then kind of change. So just imagine, Nura, if Cunha, Bruno, and Mbumo were starting the first 5 games, all firing, and then something happens to Sesko, then suddenly you have to put Cunha up there or Mbumo up there, and it changes the whole rhythm of the team. Yeah, we need a striker. United can't go in like the 4-5 last season. We've only had like one striker per season. And before anyone mentions Xerxes, no manager views him as a striker, so that's why I don't mention him. So yeah, I 100% think we are going to go for the prospects in the midfield, and that's really disappointing. That's the most disappointing thing for me this summer, because I can see it a mile away that we aren't buying. We have so many prospects, but we don't have anyone to learn these prospects, or very few at least. So that worries me.
Yeah, I wasn't because I had friends over watching the game. Sorry, guys, I'm just chatting to my neighbour. He likes to come and watch the football with me, late night football. But yeah, thanks, Jan.
I was just asking why I didn't hear a huge amount.
What do you think we need more, Olga? Do we need more winger, or do we need the left back and right back? Or do you think we need both? What's more important, left back or right back to you?
100% left back. I think like the centre back thing. I think we have 5 centre backs, and yeah, some of them are injury prone. I would also like to buy another, but I think we have so many problems that you have to pick what you start with. And I think we don't need a right back, because I think Dalot is good enough to be a backup, and we just play Masraoui all of the time. But as you know, Nura, he won't play Masraoui, so that's weird. So I feel like I say we need a right back, but at the same time we don't, because we have a right back, but he just won't use him. But yeah, left back is without obviously the midfield is way more important, because we only have one. Or now we have 2 at Ederson. But yeah, like I said, I'm really disappointed in the mix of players that we're getting now in the midfield, because
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an analogy. Like,
Yeah, but for 80 million pounds,
like
Simba.
I came up with an analogy. So I love pasta, I love chocolate, and I love Coca-Cola. Okay, but you can't just pour them in a bowl together. And yeah, but you said you like those 3 things, and that's how I feel about the midfield. Like, I like Matheus Cunha, I like Alex Scott, I like Ederson, or yeah, I think, and etc. etc. But I don't think the mix of them is a good mix, Nura. Do you
No.
get me? So I like them individually, but if you say to me, our midfield 3 that we buy is Ederson, Alex Scott, and Mateus Fernanders, I would say no. And then they would say, "Oh, but you like all 3 players." I say, "Yeah, but not those 3 together." Like, we need a Tonali, we need an Anderson, we can't just be buying prospects, because how do you develop them if we don't have a team to, like, we can't just buy 21, 22-year-olds like throughout the team basically. And then people will say, yeah, but we have Bruno, Cunha, and Bumo. Yeah, but this is men's sport. We can't have only. Imagine us having a midfield, Nura, of playing Champions League and Premier League and like going for titles. And we have Mateus Cunha, Mainu, Edison, and Scott. Like, you can't have all of those four.
No.
I'm nothing against none of those four. I like all four. But yeah, you get me. We need someone to just imagine a Tonali and then Edison and Scott and Mainu. Suddenly it looks really good. So
100%.
yeah,
100%.
I just think
100%. Yeah,
the mix is more important than
the chemistry.
who we buy.
The players that can combine with each other. Yeah, definitely. Please, people, please smash the likes. We've not even got 100 likes yet, and still got over 300 people. Please do smash the likes. Said without the 6 or 7 players can play exciting winning ball. People have said 53% have said yes, 47% have said no. I think the 53% of you who voted like that don't understand. We're going to be playing more than one game next season. In a couple of months' time, we're going to be playing more than one game and we're in Champions League. So the idea that you think we can play exciting football twice or 3 times a week, in 3 games a week.
Have they seen Europa League? How much we struggled with Europa League against Schwarzer Porsche from Poland? Like shit teams from Poland. We played struggled against them. Oh, it's so tough to play 2 times a week. Imagine Mount is probably going to be dust after next season.
They got 120 million for Anderson. It's no brainer. Only football-minded people understand this. I mean, you saw him in the second half tonight. He shut down. He basically shut down Modric, and Modric got subbed. That's what Anderson can do for you.
Basically, I don't think Anderson is worth 120, but I don't think anyone is worth what the market values them at now. So I feel like I laugh when I hear people say, "Oh, he's not worth that. He's not worth." No one is worth that. Who buys? Imagine United buying a player these days for a fair price. Won't happen. You're in dreamland. Wake up. Like last summer, I think it was, or the summer before, Everton wanted 70, 75 for Branthwaite. The market is Brighton wanted 100 Brighton wanted 100 mil for Ferguson. Remember that?
People, let's get to 200 likes. That's the target we've set. I'm just gonna put another poll. And you people need to get voting because looks like people think that Carrick can play exciting winning football without the 6 or 7 players. I'm saying to those 52%, good luck to that. I'm going to end that poll now, and we're going to go with a new poll. What is more priority? Do you agree with Helgi? We need a left back more than we need a left winger. To me, I would go and get a left back before we get
100%.
What do we need more? What do we need?
Everyone is entitled
What's important to the team? What is important to the team? Important to the team.
Because that's sometimes what I find hard debating with some United fans, because some things you can't prove because it hasn't happened yet, but you can kind of predict. And they're like, no, but Shaw was good last season or whatever. But then I say, do you really think he will not be injured 50% of the time next season and his body will be absolute potato mash? No, but he was good on the Carrick. So they don't think 15 minutes after. It's just, no, but it worked today. 1 game a week, no pressure, no expectations. So yeah, I'm not going to also sit. I don't have a crystal ball, even though it looks like I have a crystal ball behind me here. But we can succeed under Carrick. I'm not saying we never can, but at the same time, people can't say we will succeed either. That's also wrong. I
really think we need to move on. We're going to come on to Fernanders in a minute, people. But I've just put the poll in there. What's important to the team? I've just wrote the question out, and I've asked, what's important to the team now? Left wing or left back? So get voting. Get voting. And Zimba sees the West Ham won 80 million for midfielder for Fernanders. And Real Madrid have entered the race. Real Madrid are now linked to Fernanders. So that is really interesting, people.
But to that comment, I can also say, why did PSG buy that relegation Vitinha from Wolves? What are they doing? So good players.
Well, it's a system in it. If you've got a system that it needs to fit into. But do you think he's worth 80 million to buy? Do you think if you think he's worth 80 million?
Not a chance. But like I say, and that's why I don't get people. Anderson is like Nura. Like, get your head around this logic. I've heard people say, I rather want Matheus Fernandes because I don't want to overpay for Anderson. And I'm like, you're overpaying for Matheus Fernandes.
Yeah.
So you're contradicting yourself. Yeah, but then we save 40 million. No, we don't save. Because I think that I've been thinking about a lot. We don't want Joao Neves. He's too expensive. We buy Ogata. It's basically the same. We don't want to go all out on Osimhen or Kane. We buy Højlund. We save about 20 million quid. It's about the same. And that's been our tactic. Like, you get what you buy. And like Fernandes isn't worth 80 million, but no one is worth, so it's nothing against him. No one is worth what Anderson isn't worth 120. But that's the market now. So you can bring up any player in the entire world and bring up the price. He isn't worth it. No one is worth it. So you can use that logic to any price, and especially when people know United are desperate about. But one question I wanted to ask you, Nura.
Mm-hmm.
So, Newcastle have sold Gordon, right?
Yeah.
So the question I want to ask you: if Newcastle, because Tonali, he wants out. He has ambitions. He don't want to stay there. My question to you is: don't you fear that Tonali will, because he's not in the World Cup either, gets a move soon? And oh my God, then Hall will be, we can't get him. So I think we need to move quickly on that. Because if they let Tonali and Gordon go,
they're not going to sell. They're not going to sell Hall. They don't have to sell Hall. Yeah.
But I think I think he wants to move. I think if we were aggressive and proactive, like we aren't as a board, I would drive up to Newcastle now if I was Barada or Wilcox or whatever, and just bring Hall home before Tonali does a deal with anyone else.
But were you willing to pay 70 million for him, though, Helge? Are you willing to pay 70 million for him? That's the big question.
If the question is, would you like to have no left back, or to buy no left back, or pay 70 mil, then I say 70 mil. If they said to me, would you pay 70 mil for Hall, or if we get another left back that is really good for about 40, 50, I would say that. But I don't know what they're thinking there. So that's why it's hard for me to answer that question. Like, I would rather pay 70 mil for him to not buy a left back, because I think it's so important. Yeah. But also I wouldn't be opposed to, he's not the only left back in the world, but yeah, it depends on what the club thinks, but they don't think logically normally. So yeah, no, I don't think it's worth 70, but if they are like, we want only Hall, then just go for it. We can't have a season now with Shaw and maybe Dalot, and then he gets injured. We play Dalot at left back or Masraoui at left back, or we
Yeah.
play Dorgu at left back, and then Cunha gets injured, and we have no left winger. Like, we have to buy a left back.
Yeah.
Simple as.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. Big up to Tyrone Williams. Long time no see, King. I hope you're well.
I
big
actually
up to you.
disagree with that comment. I've seen a lot of views on about the Prime thing. I'm actually positive to it. Do you know why? Because I think for once they actually, it's like Nura when you were at school,
Yeah.
and then the teacher said like, I'm just going out for a minute to do something, and then the classroom kind of did what the classroom wanted to do. Yeah, my point is, when we have the Prime thing, we have eyes on it the whole time, and the club would not want to look shit. So I think actually it is a good thing. I've seen a lot of different opinions on it, but I actually think it's a good thing because it kind of forces them to either be good, because like now they have literally a crew following them everywhere they go, monitoring what we do in the transfer market and everything. So for me, it's either they improve and actually do their job, or B, their incompetence is exposed to the entire world. So I think it's a good thing either way. Like, literally, they really like get a grip and actually do their job, because they have people filming them, or B, they don't do the job and we do shit, but their incompetence is exposed to the whole world. So I think either scenarios are good. So I'm positive about the documentary because, yeah, either they really get a grip and actually buy a lot of players and actually try to be ambitious and do stuff, because now they have eyes on them the entire time with cameras, or they do as they usually do and be shit and incompetent, and then the entire world can see how shit they are at their job. So yeah, I think it's a win-win either way.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. People are saying here, agreed, big money signings are for the game changer. The players like Lemire, Camara, Stiller, Pepe, Gay, Siddiqui would improve us from 40 to 50 million. But for me, I don't think he's worth I wouldn't pay 70 million for Lewis Hall. I would have paid Cucurella. I think Cucurella, I would have got Cucurella, me personally, but now he's going to Real Madrid. By the way, Liverpool looks like tonight have signed a winger for 40 million from Asasuna. Liverpool have already made their first signing. They've signed their left winger from Asasuna, Victor Munez. Munez from Asasuna, yeah.
What?
Yeah, Victor Munez. Left winger, left midfielder, right winger, attacking midfielder, striker. They've signed in Victor Munez. Yeah.
I thought he was going to Newcastle.
Newcastle. No. Liverpool have hijacked it. Have hijacked the deal.
Oh.
He's 21 years old. Yeah, Liverpool have hijacked it.
Yeah, he's a right winger, I think. I think he's like a left-footed cutting in.
Yeah. It says, I agree, Elgit. It's a win either way. So somebody's agreeing with you there. Big up
and I get Tyrone asked, said something about it's like PR or propaganda for Ineos, but I disagree, because I know they will edit stuff to look good, but they won't though, because it's not United making that show. It's Prime, so they want drama. They will expose the club. So I get why Tyrone says that you don't like when Ineos and they get the money, but look at it on the other side. Like, either they are filmed, like literally have a camera up in their face while they're buying players and doing deals. So they have to, like, imagine they just sit on their ass and do nothing.
Yeah.
They will look so stupid. So they have to do their job, or if they don't, they will look stupid. So I'm also looking forward to seeing, like, behind the scenes how the characters are behind. We all know that Dalot is going to look like a crossover between Roy Keane and Gary Neville in that show, the cheerleader, you know.
Yeah.
Come on, boys! Come on! I can already see it.
Yeah. Yeah, big up. It's just like your obtuse and Helga, but a documentary will cover up the cracks.
No,
United's
that
depth, the
documentary won't cover
infrastructure.
basically the wages of one player for 1 year. That's nothing.
Yeah, it's about 10 million, isn't it? 10 million, yeah.
Yeah, that's about, I don't know, Rashford's salary. So it won't cover cracks or go to any pockets or yeah.
Michael
And
Carrick
also,
got Manchester United into the Champions League under a difficult circuit. Ineos are pure scum if they don't back him. Yeah, 100%. 100%. People, we're not even 150 likes yet. Please do smash the likes and subscribe. But I really want to talk about Fernanders now, because the latest news is that Real Madrid have made contact with West Ham and the players' camp recently. So Jose Mourinho reportedly admires him and sees him as a midfield option. And its alternative target like Enzo Fernandez. Yeah, but the move depends on sales. Yeah, so if Tchouaméni leaves, then Fernandez or Enzo Fernandez is going to come in. But apparently they love the player.
That I can see.
He's contracted, obviously, Mateus Fernandez. He's got a contract till 2028. Sorry, till 2030. He's got a contract.
You can say what you will about Real Madrid, and some people hate them, some like them, or whatever. But
he'll go to Real Madrid because they compete for Champions League every other season.
Yeah. But so my point is,
when it came to Manchester United or Real Madrid, of course he would go to Real Madrid.
Yeah,
they're going to be competing for a league and Champions League next season.
Yeah, but my point is, they are a club that know what they're doing. Unless Florentino Perez and Mourinho have gone in a board meeting and started smoking crack together, they won't sell Tchouaméni and replace him with Mateus Fernandez. In no world would they do that. So that's why I don't believe the rumor. Like, Tchouaméni is a defensive, good defensive midfielder, also can play centre back. He's a perfect Mourinho type player.
Yeah.
Like, there's all his best mates, Tchouaméni's best mates, play for Real Madrid. I believe, like, I don't believe 1% is going to move, and I don't believe 1% that they would consider selling Tchouaméni to buy Mateus Fernandez in no alternate universe even. But Enzo Fernandez I get, but I still don't ever think Mourinho would sell Tchouaméni to buy Enzo. So yeah. But I'm not saying I'm right. I just work on
it's just an opinion, isn't it? It's a football opinion. Big up to Red Devil Excel says, I know it's early in the window, but I'm surprised the no club has seriously went in for Sangare yet. Would be happy if he was the third midfielder. Yeah, 100%. Second midfielder, I would take him right now. I think he's phenomenal. I think he's got phenomenal skills. Mohamedou Sangara at Lens. But their manager's gone to Crystal Palace, the Lens manager, so I'm worried that he might go to Crystal Palace. Big up to Tyrone. Tyrone saying a documentary is going to be edited to dilute the truth. 100%. It is going to be.
But yeah.
Yeah, they're going to. The problems that we have in the fan base, that when the games start, we start losing, it'll be on Carrick. Everyone will forget that the crap transfer window, yeah. But we'll keep abreast. You know what I mean? Jose ain't selling. He's only 6. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting, isn't it? So that means maybe the other guy's going to go. What's his name? The Uruguayan player. I always forget.
Real Madrid. Valverde isn't going to
Valverde.
go.
Valverde's almost like captain of Real Madrid. Yeah.
Yeah.
People, please smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and get in the vote. I think the vote is comprehensive here. It's so comprehensive. 84% are saying a left back more than a left wing.
Yeah.
So, to me, Lacey next season,
I'm happy with that.
Those guys can mix it up. We need a left back though. Manchester United need to be able to get up the pitch and get some crosses into the box. It's
actually sometimes when I was in a period, I think it was in March, April, there was a period where I watched very little football other than United for those 2 months or whatever. And then I turned on like just another random game. I don't remember what game it was. And it was like, what? It felt like unusual to see backs overlapping because for a little bit of period I only watched United and yeah, literally Shaw plays I bet his heat map is almost exactly the same as when he played left center back. Like he literally doesn't go up. And people are like, "Ah, Cunha isn't a winger," and I probably do agree it's not a winger. But even Neymar Prime, Hazard, they can't always play 2v1. Like they are all like even the best wingers of all time needs like Neville and Beckham, Giggs and Evra, for example, or whatever. Like because I get the Cunha, he just runs into trouble. But if he had always a Lewis Hall, for example, always overlapping, there is so much more space for him. So that's why he can look a bit like that sometimes. And yeah, I don't think he's a winger, but I think he can easily play there. I would want Cunha, and I would want one just shit fast. Like I would have like one for maybe away games in Champions League or like I would want us to buy just a shit fast left winger to but it don't need to be like a star. I feel like that's the only spot where we actually can take a bit of a punt on the left wing because we are a bit covered on the wings. So I feel like if there's a place where we can buy a kid from I don't know Venezuela, 16-year-old from Venezuela, winger, I feel like that's the left wing because we have Cunha and Dorgu, we have Mbumo can play there, Ahmad can play there, you know. Um, but yeah, that's so down on the hierarchy. I think we need 3 midfielders, left back, and a striker. That's my 5 because going into a season with Champions League, like 4 competitions with only Sesko, that's dangerous, dangerous. And going into 4 competitions, including Champions League, with Shaw, dangerous.
Yeah, 100% Shaw for me. Shaw's not going to stay fit either. Shaw's not going to stay fit.
Now
That's
he doesn't
the
have
biggest
the
thing
World
about
Cup.
Shaw, man. The idea that Shaw's going to stay fit. The idea that it's ridiculous for me, honestly.
If people think it's a coincidence that he's been here 10 seasons and randomly the first season he is with no injuries is the year where he has the chance for his last World Cup. If people think that's a coincidence that he suddenly can stay fit for the first time in 10 years, then yeah, best of luck to you, mate. Because that's not a coincidence.
Yeah. Nuno Mendes, I mean, he's the perfect left back for me, but they won't. Yeah.
What? Nuno Mendes?
Nuno Mendes, yeah, he's the perfect left back for United for me. I would love him at Manchester United, but he's not leaving he's won the Champions League twice.
Yeah, we're not the thing we was.
Yeah, no.
And I wanted that Nathan Brown.
He's going to Bayern Munich, yeah.
Yeah, but he's going to Bayern. But yeah, so I do think there are good left backs out there other than Hall, but it's just like I said, if someone said to me, buy Lewis Hall for 70 or make Ineos buy someone for 40, I would go for 40. But I feel like I know Ineos. They are Hall or nothing. It's too expensive. We can do 1 more year with Shaw. Like you can. Can't you hear it, Nua?
Yeah.
We are really locked in on Hall, and he is sadly too expensive. So we're going into our 11th year with Shaw. Like that's yeah, that just sounds like Ineos in my head. So
Mhm.
yeah, and also Carrick loves him.
Yeah.
Loves. So that's also a thing. I feel like, would you be shocked, Nura? This is a question for you. Would you be shocked if we buy Hall and Carrick benches him?
No.
Can you imagine? So that's my point. And we have Masraoui, who he has had, I think, about 4 or 5 bad games that I can remember in 2 years. Other than that, he's been so solid. And we just play with Dalot instead. So it's like we need a right
Yeah.
back, but we really don't need a right back because we have a right back, but we're not using that right back. So it's just that's why I'm a bit skeptic to Carrick.
Yeah.
It's not that I need a manager to pick the team I want. I'm not like that. Like, I'm not a genius. It's not picking every player that I want. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about Masraoui is clearly, for everyone that's not like in a straight jacket in a psych ward, better player than Masraoui is clearly a better player. But he is like a loyal dog, like a cheerleader, Dallas. So yeah, and same for Maguire, same for Shaw. I just worry those 3 will play a lot next season, no matter who we buy, and that's a big problem. DVD as well. So if West Ham stick to the valuation, I can guarantee Real Madrid aren't spending 92 euros. No, but I don't think they're buying. They have Camavinga, they have Chumini, they have Valverde, Bellingham, um, and maybe they buy Enzo or something. But yeah, like I said, they're not selling Valverde. They're not selling Bellingham. I don't think they're selling Camavinga either. And he's not selling his 6. So yeah, I don't see Real Madrid, and also they have other problems in that team other than central midfield. I wouldn't like having Bellingham, Valverde, Camavinga, and Tchouaméni is a good for. So I don't think their priority is midfield either. So I think that story is just, oh, Portuguese, like it's just Mourinho Portuguese. If they had got another manager, he wouldn't have even been linked. I don't think there's anything to that story because I think if they are going to sign the central midfielder, I don't think it's going to be Mateus Fernandez. I think it's going to be Enzo. So that's why I don't even believe in that story. So and also, why would he go to PSG where they have the best midfield probably in the world, and they have Mayulu and Sire Emery sitting on the bench for them as well, who in
Yeah.
my opinion is as good as Mateus Fernandez. So he would be 5th or 6th choice out of a 3 in midfield. So, but I do believe in the PSG story because he would go there and be content on being on the bench. But I don't see Real Madrid doing it because they literally they would rather buy Enzo then. So if they are going to spend a lot of money on a central midfielder, it's not going to be Mateus Fernandez. So that's why I don't believe in that story.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's
I would
interesting.
yeah, I would much rather us buy, and also yeah, exactly. That's also a good point. But also I feel like he does have recovery pace, but I feel like he costs us. He has
Goals. Yeah. Goals.
those
Yeah.
head losses,
Yeah.
and it's not like Masraoui is slow either. So yeah, he is like Dalot is a bit more faster, but I think we concede less goals in a season with Masraoui there, even though he has a
Yeah.
recovery pace. But I do think he plays because of the weakness of. So I think you're right. But Yeah, I'm just worried. Like, one question I would love to ask Carrick is, Carrick, if Heaven, Licha, Yoro, Maguire, De Ligt is fit, who do you start? That I would love to ask him. I'm so curious about that question because I do think Maguire would be the first one he says, and
Yeah,
that's so worrying for me. That's so worrying
yeah,
for me.
yeah. Big up to
Uh,
Jarvis. People, make sure you subscribe to Tactical Devils. It's there. It's literally on YouTube at Tactical Devils TV. Big up to Jarvis. Jarvis, what did you think of Norway's performance last night? Were you happy? You scored 4 goals, got off the mark. How do you feel about Norway's? Yeah, people, I've just put a new poll in. I've asked, do we need to go and get centre halves? I really think we need centre halves. I still don't know what's happening with. I don't know what's going to happen with De Ligt. Back injuries are not. You know what I mean? They're not. Nothing's guaranteed with back injuries. They're quite complicated. I do still
but I'm
think that
also worried
Martinez
about.
is injury prone. Yeah, Yoro's been injured. Heaven's been injured. Maguire's been injured. So I really think we need a centre half. I really, really
That
do.
kind of makes me a
I
bit worried for Yoro's
yeah,
future as well, because if you think about it, if Carrick sees Maguire like ahead of everyone, then De Ligt is kind of ahead of Yoro maybe then because of standing. Where
yeah,
does that also leave Yoro in that team? So that's also um a point.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah, big up Windy. Windy says we need to back up goalkeeper, a left back,
yes.
centre back, right back, two midfielders, one winger, one and a striker. We're
Yeah,
not going to get them all. I think we need
I
3
agree with
midfielders
everything.
though.
I agree with everything except right back. I think if we played Masraoui, like I would love to buy a really good right back. Don't get me wrong, but I think we can survive easily with most teams would be happy with Masraoui and Dalot as their right backs if they could choose from them. Most teams would be happy with that, um, but yeah, the left back next season will be a shit show if we don't buy a left back. It will be horrible. It will
Yeah,
be the same. Like we literally have played Regulon as a left back. We have played Amrabat as a left back. We have played Masraoui. We have played Dalot. We've not basically have the left back for like 10 years because he's always in and out the team, always injured. But we don't want to sign a new left back because we have Shaw, and when he's fit, he's so good. We have to
yeah.
give. Yeah,
I mean, this is what we're doing to make the fans excited. Here, Liverpool and England under 16 striker Vincent
cooking.
Joseph is set to join Manchester United after agreeing a scholarship deal at Old Trafford. So he was a Liverpool player, and now he's joining us, apparently. So Liverpool and England under 16 striker Vincent Joseph set to join Manchester United, agreeing on a scholarship deal at Old Trafford. So we're nicking players, 16-year-old players from, yeah. This is really interesting. Only Gary Lineker, Harry Kane, and Jeff Hurst have scored more World Cup goals for England than Marcus Rashford. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4 players.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 players have scored more goals. Yeah.
If you go up there with the young player we signed,
yeah,
I feel like the best analogy is like I feel like Ineos is kind of fixing the garden while the house needs rebuilding. If you get me, like fix the bloody house before we tend to the garden. If you get me,
yeah.
it's like.
Yeah, he'll be on loan to yeah, United fans are just, yeah. So this is what Ineos are doing in it to make the fans excited. Keep us all excited. We're signing young players from Liverpool. By the way, exactly, JJ Abrahams, when he turned 16, he could go and sign for Barcelona.
Yeah.
Yeah, big up to Sean. How you doing, Sean? Hope you're well. You there, Sean?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Big up, guys.
Yeah, big up, man.
Hi,
How are you
Sean.
doing?
Hey. Big up. Yeah, I'm good. I'm
How's
good.
life, man? How's life? The World Cup is in the US, man. Have you got to catch any of the games yet?
Live and direct, no, because the tickets are ridiculously expensive.
It's crazy. Thousands of pounds for tickets. I wouldn't
But
go.
but
New
it's
York,
shaping
to be
up to
fair.
be but it's shaping up to be, in my opinion, one of the best tournaments, I've seen in my lifetime. So
Okay.
I'm enjoying it so far. I'm looking forward to even more.
I actually think Qatar World Cup was phenomenal. I thought that was one of the best World Cups ever.
Yeah,
Qatar
no,
World Cup.
I think this one is gonna be. I mean, already there's just so many storylines, so many narratives, so many angles that could come out of this one. There's
There's
a
more
new
teams, isn't
generation. There's
there?
more
Yeah, more
teams
teams.
also. There's more teams. There are a lot of teams that are surprisingly doing very well. Like Haiti, I think Haiti performed really well in their game against Scotland. They were unlucky to
Yeah.
lose. Congo put up a good show today. Ivory Coast won. So I mean, I think. So far for me, it's been a very good tournament.
And the
I think
Morocco
it's
rules.
going
did
to
well
get better.
against Brazil. Morocco
Yes,
did well.
exactly.
Yeah.
Sean,
Yeah.
the change in rules also, like, oh my God, it's like sometimes I feel like I'm watching a different sport. Like when you watch
Oh yeah, the breaks.
when you
Yeah,
watch the
listen,
Premier
talk to me. Well, I'm not Elka. 1 second,
Yeah.
let me just ask Sean. Sean, what adverts are you seeing during the breaks?
All kinds.
What adverts are they putting on American television?
Lionel Messi at a hardware store. Bukayo Saka selling
Sorry, LK.
selling
That's crazy.
insurance. Zlatan is selling cookies and chips. It's all kinds of ads. All the above. Yeah, they're marketing.
We
So
see Martin Ødegaard fronting milk and Haaland selling sunglasses.
That's unbelievable. In Norway television, yeah?
Yeah.
Norway
yeah,
television.
nah,
Yeah,
it's a marketing boondoggle, man. It's a marketing and business.
But
It's
Sean,
crazy. Yeah.
the changes in the refereeing,
American
I think, has
capitalism,
been
man.
so refreshing. It needs to come to the Premier League. Like in Premier League, if the ball goes out for Palace or West Ham or Everton, I can literally go take a piss before they take that
Yeah.
goal kick. Like they use so long time, and now it's like you have those. It becomes a corner if not. So the goalkeeper has to hurry. The throw-ins.
Yeah.
I feel like the tempo is like almost watching another sport because the Premier League is so like the effective playing time. It's so much stop and start, and you have the financial gain in Premier League of like staying in the league or coming in the conference, or every point matters so much in the Premier League that like there's so much time wasting in Premier League in general, and like people laying down and pretending to be injured. Now you have to, oh, you're injured, you have to come off. Like, and your
Yeah,
team
no. I
is in a
think like
disadvantage. Like
the World
there's
Cup is being watched by a much larger, much more diverse like fan base. So it's non-football people, lots of people that are tuning in for the first time, and so I guess they're trying to make the game more palatable to the non-obsessive like us who
but
are in the
it's like
Premier League for the love of it. Yeah.
that's how football used to be. It never
Yeah.
used to be like, oh, like for example, I don't remember what team now. It was a relegation team in the Premier League or whatever, but they like started to we played against them, and they started to like take time with goal kicks and throw-ins at 70 minutes. Started like that tactic, and before like it usually was at the end of games at least. Like
No, I mean, I expect to see like these are complaints that
oh,
lots of people have now, right? So I expect that the next season there's going to be some rule changes here and there to
it
address
has
like
to be.
a few things here and there. But so far so good, man. I think the World Cup has just been nothing short of entertaining as far as I'm concerned. It's
Yeah.
battle of the new which of the new generation kids are going to shine. Is it Olise? Is it Mbappe again? Is it Lamine Yamal? Who's going to step up, right? Who's going to be a surprise candidate? this year. What's going to happen with Messi versus Ronaldo? Messi scored hat trick, yesterday. Ronaldo was
Ronaldo.
crap. Ronaldo was shite today.
I was working. What was the Portugal game like? People, update me.
Horrible.
It was a horrible game because I think, as far as I'm concerned, that Portugal team is not balanced, like, right, and Martinez is too much of a coward to do anything about
Martinez
it.
is the Portuguese Southgate.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, because Southgate actually deserves some credit, right?
No.
We can get it to England as a separate topic, but I think Martinez is a coward, and he set up today with Vitinha and João Neves in midfield. Both of them are on a completely different wavelength as to the other Portuguese players. So they are playing with themselves. Vitinha and Neves are playing at a different pace from everybody else. Are playing kind of only with themselves, and the rest of the team is not super involved. Bernardo Silva is on the right. Bruno is
He's
kind
not
of
the winger
playing on
anymore.
the.
By the
Yeah,
way,
he's not a winger anymore. He's not a winger anymore.
That was 4 years ago. 5.
And then Ronaldo up front. I mean, he might as well be a man down, right? Because he's not adding anything to the game. He's actually getting in people's way.
Yeah, and that's nothing against, because people are like, obviously, the Messi Ronaldo. I'm like, I like both, but obviously I love Ronaldo more. But obviously, like, people can't pretend that Messi doesn't have a super big advantage in having that body, being small. Like, obviously, it's much harder
I don't
to
know
be
about that.
40, 41 and be 6'2", and like the build Ronaldo has, than to like small players
I
like
strongly disagree.
Modric,
I think
Messi.
The problem is
People don't
Ronaldo's
talk about
selfishness.
that.
Ronaldo
That's
is a
so relevant.
selfish human being who would rather score individual goals than have the team succeed. If Ronaldo
Yeah.
was actually a team player, right, he would have, like all players his age, you start playing deeper, right? You turn into a midfielder. You start, leaning into your playmaking abilities. Ronaldo is still trying to score 1,000 goals or whatever. That's all he does. He's just there to score his goals, and everybody's supposed to play and cater to him. I think that's the issue. Ronaldo, I think, is creative. He could easily be a number 10 or a number 8, or become a squad player who is willing to come off the
No,
bench.
but
But
he
no,
doesn't have that. He doesn't have that in his game. He is. I think you're right in what you're saying, but I still think that's also why he became the best in the world. So you can't have both without. The reason why is because Ronaldo is about Ronaldo, but it isn't a bad thing, because it has led to us winning the Champions League and Real Madrid winning the Champions League, because he wants to be the best. And even though it is kind of for himself, the team benefits. But now he isn't good anymore. But I get the issue for Martinez, because it's so hard. Like, it's hard to say you would, like, he's finished, I would drop him from Portugal. But then you kind of had the whole nation against you before the season starts, but if you have him with, it's hindering. So I get why that's a problem, but what I think is maybe Ronaldo should recognize that, but I understand the person he is, that he won't, but he should
of course he's not going
basically
to
take
recognize it now because he's a
he should
selfish,
kind of
he's a selfish
he
man.
should kind of he should it's best for the national team if I quit.
He needs a manager who's not a coward, like, right? And then that, because I know you used to love Ronaldo, but personally, I can never forgive Ronaldo for Piers Morgan, never ever. Like, he's in my shit list, and we will never ever be the same again. And I think what happened then just kind of put everything in context to me. He has to be dropped. Like, there's no way around it. He doesn't offer anything to the team, right? And the value at most that he could bring is coming in, with 20 minutes to go. If Ronaldo had integrity, he would be taking advantage of his aura and his status, right?
Agree.
Your
Agree.
Ronaldo, your positioning is the best in the world. Your eye for a goal is the best in the world. Why not spend the first 70 minutes studying the game, and then come in, with the last 20 minutes and do something and show something? No.
Headers,
Yeah,
match
exactly.
winner, the whole
Exactly.
stadium gets up. No, I
But instead,
100%
he wants
agree,
to play.
because
He wants to play from the beginning.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I 100% agree. I don't. I love to debate, but I don't have any counterpoints to that, because yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like, he he would be brilliant as a super sub, but he would rather quit, I think. And that's why I kind of think he should quit, because no matter who, it's easy for me to say, if I was Portugal manager, I would just like drop him from the squad because we need to move on. We're a better team without him. But that's so easy to say, because then you have basically the entire nation against you or whatever. But if you bring him, he's going to be a problem if you put him on the bench. So I think it's a Ronaldo problem that only he can solve, really. And like you say, I think he struggles. Like, those players are the best in the world because they always want to prove people wrong. And you remember that with Ibrahimovic as well. He also kept a bit too long, maybe, because they are like, no, but I'm a specimen. I want to prove I'm different. But everything has to come to an end sometimes. And I think Ronaldo probably will be one of the hardest people in the world to admit.
You know, there's a saying that like you either die a hero or you live long enough to become a villain. And I think that's what Ronaldo is going through right now. I think the way he's carrying on. The people who love him the most, and I'm not part of them. The people who love him the most in Portugal are going to start resenting his very existence, and he runs the risk of becoming kind of like a nuisance.
Oh, I don't think so.
Trust me, it happened twice today. There were two moments today where the ball was going to a different Portuguese player, and Ronaldo got in their way. He got in the way of his teammates and scuffed the ball. Right, that's going to cause issues in the dressing room. And right now, nobody's able to say anything. But eventually,
but when he retires, and then 6 months go, he retires, and then everyone is. So I think he will be forgiven very quickly because of, like, he brought the Euros to them and stuff. But I see your point. But yeah, like I said, I just think if either me, you, or Nora, or Jarvis, or whoever became the manager for Portugal, and we how do you say it in English?
We had to make the decisions.
If we were the manager, and we
drop Ronaldo, we drop Ronaldo.
Yeah, achieve was the word.
Yeah.
If we were the manager for the last 3 years and we achieve with that team to be shit for 3 years, I think what Martinez has done is borderline impressive, because like, I'm never impressed when I see Portugal.
Okay.
If you get me,
maybe
like,
I
think it's harder to be that shit than to be good with them. I'm not saying. Do you get me? I'm not saying that they should win everything, but I'm just saying every time I've watched them for 3 consecutive years, it's always so underwhelming. It's always so. I get some.
That's because Martinez is shit, though.
Yeah. I agree. Like, how do you fail so much with that? And I get sometimes you will have a poor tournament or whatever, but literally when I watch friendlies, like they
don't Ronaldo understand himself? Like, I don't know how delusional he has to be.
He's delusional.
How delusional you have to be. Come off the bench for the last 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, be the great ambassador. Go, like, you guys play. I'll come on for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll be fresher than everybody else. Right? Get the ball into me. Work with the team. You know what? I'll be the hero that comes off the bench and bangs it. We'll start with that midfield with Bruno and everybody else first. But people, listen, I really want to talk about Portugal. I want to talk about England, because I thought the first half was really interesting. I don't know if you guys both watched England and Croatia. I thought the first half, I thought England were horrendous in terms of the transition. They kept getting caught. I thought the second half, England came out of the fire traps, and Anderson did a phenomenal job on Modric, and Modric had to be subbed because he was getting so much closed down in the second half. But I thought the first half, I thought England were naive. I really thought they were naive. At times, they were giving the ball away. They were coming forward in the central areas.
Yeah.
And I thought that they kept getting the ball. They kept getting caught.
Didn't it
the-
look? Didn't it look a
the
bit like Ten
cohesion,
Hag? Ten Hag
obviously,
United.
also Croatia. They've got elderly players now. Do you know what I mean? They got really elderly players. So
Yes.
they showed really fantastic cohesion and opened England up, like really opened them up, especially on the pockets. You know, Madrid found to get on the pockets and start to dictate the game. Second half, he didn't. He got absolutely shut down. I thought the second half, England showed a bit more, dominated. There are so many chances in the second half, and it could have been in any other, you know, any other type of score. But it was a game of two halves in terms of the thing. It was a game of two halves. I thought Rice and Anderson were way better in the second half. And England worked off that platform. And obviously, Jude Bellingham scored a fantastic goal. But what did you think about it? I go to Helge, then to Sean.
Sean has left, actually.
Has he left? Hopefully he'll come back.
But there you are. No, I agree, but I tweeted in the game something like imagine having Mbappe, Haaland, or Messi run at that defense instead of a 85-year-old Perisic. So I agree. It was two halves, but I would also be a bit worried that defense, like each player to their own, I think is a good player. I like Konsa. I think Stones is good when he's fit.
Stones is not played. He's not played though. He's not playing majority of the season. He looked rusty as hell. He looked rusty as hell.
I like O'Reilly. I like Reece, James, but I think they don't strike me as a unit. So I like the players individually, but I don't see a cohesion. They just looked all over the place, and that's against like Perisic. He is about 85 years old now, and
Perisic and Modric, 40-year-old.
Yeah,
Modric.
it's so yes, like Anderson kept Modric quiet, but shouldn't he? Kind of.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we expect that as well? I'm not impressed by it, but from a kind of tactical thing, I think not starting Rashford, like if he was on the line of the defense, like for the right back, they couldn't push the team up as much as they did if they had a Rashford there to threaten in behind. But Gordon is like he literally plays like an English Garnacho. So yeah, I think.
Yeah, the fact that Rashford had to watch Gordon play. Oh my god.
Oh my day. Yeah. So I think that's the thing, and also I think, like you said, a game of two halves, because I think it was the same Rice, Anderson, and Bellingham midfield. But I think they did something in the midfield, which Jarvis probably can say better than me. But it seems like they found out the positioning of those three much better in the second half. Because I think in the first half we looked like basically the famous Ten Hag midfield where Carrick says, "You could park a bus in the midfield."
Yeah.
I think we looked like that United side. England looked like that. So. Yeah, but you have Kane.
I think for me, right, and I was giving Southgate props before because, as far as I'm concerned, this English team, pound for pound, is probably one of the best teams in football, like right now. Dare I say, like one of the best football teams to ever exist, particularly in world football. Every single position on the pitch, they have, if not a continental class player, a world class player in that position. And, as bad as Southgate was, Southgate's failure was that he kept getting to finals and semi-finals and he wasn't able to win. So for Thomas Tuchel to have a better tournament than Southgate, he has to actually win a trophy because there's no finish he could have. There's no round that he could end up that would be better than what Southgate has already done. He has to actually win the trophy. And so that's where the brave, decisive calls come in. That's the kind of thing that Martinez would need to do. If you actually want to go the extra mile or go all the way, you have to be brave enough to make tough calls. That includes, for example, dropping Harry Maguire. So England goes almost 2 years three tournaments without conceding a goal, and they concede two today. The difference is Harry Maguire, as far as I'm concerned. But on the
No.
flip side, I think it's Harry Maguire and the overall approach from the managers. But on the flip side, right, this English team is a lot more dynamic, basically in and out of possession, because Maguire is a fridge and he does turn very slowly. So there are trade-offs there. I'm okay with Rashford not starting, to be honest. I think when the subs that England made today were devastating. Like being able to bring Saka off the bench, being able to bring Rashford off the bench. I think
Rogers, yeah.
Rodgers off the bench. So like if it was the other way around, if you're in a game where it's Saka and Rashford starting, and you make subs and you bring on Gordon and Madueke, they can never have the same impact that Saka and Rashford did today. So I can see Tuchel continuing with this approach where, okay, I start with my donkeys. Let's call them donkeys. Gordon and Madueke. They're gonna run. They're gonna give your wingbacks a hard time, but they might not have that much quality on the pitch. And when you're tired, right, because it's international football, not club football, you have to deal with the talents that you have. When you're tired, I'll bring on Marcus Rashford. I'll bring on Bukayo Saka. I'll bring on Morgan Rogers. And there's no one in your team that is good enough to hold these guys. Saka came in today and was like, his passes were crisp to Rashford. And Rashford had that killer instinct that I think that Gordon doesn't have. So, I mean, I feel this might be England's year, honestly. I can see them going all the way. Not because of anything special, just because if all things being equal, pound for pound, they can match any team in the world basically. And Tuchel, I think, has that X factor as a manager to get them over the line. So I'm Team England this World Cup to start with, and I expect a lot from them. I think the manager. Look at the midfield also, as in just look at that midfield of Declan Rice, Elliot Anderson, and Jude Bellingham. That's a 300 million. Each of those players at least 100 million pounds. Each of them. That's probably the most expensive midfield, the world can assemble, and it's balanced in a way that you can't buy because you have Declan Rice who can play deep, who can do box to box. You have Anderson who can do everything. Like Anderson can do everything. He started off as a more central midfielder today, ended up playing deeper when Rice got off the pitch, and then you have Bellingham, Mr. Real Madrid, who is like McTominay mixed with Cristiano Ronaldo mixed with Lionel Messi all in one. So the English team honestly is really really good. If Reece James stays fit, that's also a world class right back right there. And then on the left, Nico O'Reilly had almost a perfect season. He can go out wide, he can come in inverted. I mean, I think for England, they're gonna feel very confident, very good after today's game. There are weaknesses in defense, but I just think there's too much quality in the team. Like there's just too much quality in terms of the squad.
Yeah, that's
for them
that's
to-
kind of how I see. That's kind of how I see Norway as well. That because people obviously talk about like defensive worries and stuff, and I say I agree. I just think we will end up scoring one more goal than their opponent, and that's my whole argument really. And about Southgate, I just wanted to shoot in quick. The reason why I don't give him any credit is simply because I don't think he won against a single opponent that I didn't expect them to win against. And every time they met someone who was a bit on the same level, he lost. So that's why I think when you look back at the actual games and the actual draws, so that's why I feel like if Tuchel doesn't end up winning, it's not like Southgate. Oh, but he came to the final. But it has so much to do with but who does
but
England meet?
This is an English team who one of their best memories is equalizing against Greece, right? To get out of the group stage.
My point.
You
My
play
point
who's in
is,
front of you.
yeah, but you haven't seen the evidence of another manager than Southgate having that squad. So you don't have anything to compare it with. That's my point. So I think if you have those squads that he had, no one would, in the right mind, would play three at the back with Maguire if you had that squad.
No, I mean,
Like
but
he did.
I think the problem that I'm having with the argument is that's been the story of England since 1960, right? The irony of the English squad has been they've had really good players, whether it's Gerrard and Lampard and Scholes, right? Ferdinand, John Terry, Michael Owen, Wayne Rooney. They've always had quality players. and they've always come against teams that on paper you would expect them to beat. But they've never been able to actually pull it off. They've never been able to get to final most of the time because for one reason or the other, they can't find a way to gel, or they can't. Now, depending on who you ask, like if you ask Rio Ferdinand, for example, he will tell you that it's because the Premier League was really competitive that time, and they all secretly hated each other. And then Southgate came and brought brotherly love, and they were able to get to finals, even though they were never able to win. So I'm saying like it's not fair to say to Southgate that Southgate had a really good team, because the English team has always been good. What Southgate did that was different was that he was able to, for the first time maybe, get the players to put aside their Premier League, as in their Premier League animosity for the greater good.
Would you say
Just
the
one
same?
second, Elgate.
Would you say the same if he went out in every quarterfinal against Brazil instead of meeting Ghana or whatever, or Croatia?
I think the English squad is better than
That's
Brazil.
kind of my point. It's that
I mean, technically tonight, England in the second half,
if-
technically on the ball, look way better than Brazil.
my point is, if Southgate he has had so easy draws, and if he didn't, the conversation would be so different. My point is, he never won. I think he won once against Germany, and that was the only time I can remember. And that wasn't in a tournament.
Yeah,
But,
listen, two things can be true. No, they beat Germany in the Euros when they went to the final.
Yeah. But
Right.
that's the only time I
Listen.
remember in like 6 years that he won someone. That I was
two
like,
things can be true. Two things can be true at the same
Yeah.
time. What Sean is
And-
saying, that Southgate bought team cohesion, which they lacked. And actually, the British media are quite famous of being toxic. And the media and the players were hanging out, playing darts, and he bought that togetherness. That could be
But
true. But it
that
could
I
also
agree
be true that they had
they didn't beat one opponent.
that they had easier rounds to get through to whatever the finals and the semi-finals that they did have. But I wanted to bring it back. It's really fascinating, Sean, to pick up with you. I don't think it was about the defense as individuals. Obviously, John Stones has not played for a long time in the season, and it looked really, and I'm shocked that Gay didn't start. I'm really shocked that Gay didn't start, but he started Stones for the experience. You would say for tournament experience. Obviously, it's not a fast tempo as the Premier League. But the idea for you to pull one out of your backside and tell me about Maguire, that's why England conceded, is a crazy one, bro. Don't think don't think that comment went over my head. A couple of people are commenting back on it. And are basically saying, what are you talking about?
It's because
Maguire,
of the it's because of the stat that came out. With Maguire, but things are relative though. Like
exactly.
The reason is because they played 3 at the back defensive football against Iceland.
Exactly.
That's why
and they played 5 at the back. 5 at the back. Yes.
And 2 defensive midfield.
Let me be frank.
The team looks quite dynamic. With Kane
as
a midfielder on the build-up and turning, and like Jude Bellingham running off Kane and actually making runs into the box.
To be frank,
the team looks more dynamic.
I do have a Maguire agenda. If I'm being honest, I have a Maguire agenda. I thought he had a fantastic season at United. I was looking forward to seeing him in the World Cup. I'm supporting England and Tuchel, right? But at the same time, I wish Maguire was here.
But that's fair enough. We all have favorites, and I think that's kind of almost become a taboo because of player FC. But at the same time, I'm shamelessly always going to support some players more than others. That's why I love football, but not to the point of like player FC. But I'm allowed to be a bit biased towards certain players because I like them, or that's human nature. I'm not a robot. Like I do dislike some players more than others, and I do like so that's 100% fair of you to say, and that you have a bias towards him, and that's 100%. I have that maybe towards Menu, for example. I love him.
Yeah, Menu did not get a minute today. And I don't mind it because I think the England team was just so robust.
I'm not going to sit there and be angry about it. Like, oh, my player didn't come on. Like, I'm not a child. Like, or I am in my head. But but yeah, I just think obviously differently than you with Maguire, but that doesn't mean I'm right or you're wrong, or vice versa. It's just an opinion. But I just feel like if you were to play a high line in the World Cup against Mbappe with Maguire,
Good night, Vienna, mate.
Yeah. I mean, I
So-
think where I disagree with you guys is I disagree for a couple of reasons. One, I mean, Maguire is not the first slow defender, quote unquote. History is full of experienced super defenders that didn't have that much pace, but made up for that lack of pace with expert positioning.
Positioning.
Yeah. So
but not in
yeah.
Maguire's
teams
So
that
not
play-
that great at positioning either.
no,
Not
I'm
in
just
team- not in
rebutting.
teams
I'm
that
just
play that.
rebutting your arguments.
Yeah.
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
yeah. So that's one, right? The second thing is I don't think it makes a difference. Mbappe is literally like the best footballer in the world right now, pound for pound. It doesn't matter if it's Maguire, Guehi. If you come up against Mbappe, you're conceding. If he doesn't score you in the box, he's scoring
that's
a
a fair
stream
point.
out of the box, right?
That's
So
a fair
it's if you're defending against France, your real worry is people like Olise, Bakola, getting pulled apart by their midfield and the wings. Mbappe is going to do what Mbappe does. Like there's nothing we can do about it for the most part.
Yeah.
Like
But
Mbappe is at that level of okay.
but
If it's
but
France versus
John,
Argentina, it's Mbappe versus Messi single-handedly carrying the team on his head. Like, yeah, what can we do about that?
but Sean,
By the way, I've just asked the poll. Can England win the World Cup? Please get voting, people. And then the other vote was that early to sign a centre defender this season because of Delete, Maguire, Martinez all being injury prone. Even we had Evan was out some part of the season. Euro was out. We've got 5. We don't have a one that we can bank on being fit. So 68% of you have said yes. 32% of you have said no. People, we're not even got on 200 likes. Come on. What are we doing here, people? Come on.
Nura, do you want a bit of a couple of positivity from me?
Yeah. No. I just want you to be honest. Whatever opinion.
Yeah, no, but this is me being honest. Nothing in life or football stays exactly the same, right? So I don't believe that all those players are going to stay injury prone. Some of nothing is consistent. So either they will be worse or they will be better or whatever. So I am actually a bit positive that I don't know which one, but I do think no one stays injury prone for 15 years. Like most players,
I love that.
They have 1-2 years and he's injury prone, and then he's not injured for the next 8 years. And I believe that will happen with some of them. I don't know who. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, but yeah.
No, I love that approach, and I think it's in keeping with our legacy as a club, United. And I want to point to 2 specific examples, although there are many more. 2 examples. The first one, a young guy called Wesley Brown, who had potential as a footballer, centre back, right back, was injury prone, was injured for a long time, then all of a sudden was no longer injury prone and became one of our best defenders. That's Wes Brown. Second example I will use is Fletcher. I think a lot of people remember the end of Fletcher's career at United, but they don't remember that he was injured also and injury prone for a long time. And all of a sudden, he stuck around, he applied himself and became an integral part of the team towards the end of his time at United.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with you 100%. Delete, Maguire, Martinez, those are all quality footballers. If they're fit,
I don't think all of them are rid of the injury, but I think also like De Ligt has almost had no problems before. Same with Licha. So will it stay the same? Will it be worse? Will it be better? We don't know. But my point is for example, Mount is a totally different case because there is a repeating issue where he basically can't go outside of his house without becoming like injured all of the time, like often. That's been lots of years. It's a pattern. It's a problem. Whilst everyone can, for example, what's happened with the back of De Ligt, once that's fixed, like he can probably stay fit for 8 years, and then people will say, yeah, but he's not good enough. No, that's another topic. That's another. I think he's good enough. You don't think he's good enough. I'm not right. You're not wrong. But I think he's good enough. I love De Ligt, and but I also respect people who don't think that. But yeah, I just think we have a rooster that if just 2 of them are good, I think we have a good. So if it's Licha stays injured, but Heaven does good, okay, we have 1 good centre back there. And if Euro becomes injury prone, but De Ligt just becomes solid, we have De Ligt and Heaven becomes a really good partnership. Maybe, I don't know, but I don't want to everything to be dark and gloomy, because I don't think everyone that has been injured the past year, that automatically means they will become injury prone for the rest of their career. I don't believe that to be the case.
I also wouldn't spend a single cent.
You know that we're going to be playing more games next season, Helge. Just to say that,
even if
we're playing 1 game a week. This season, Sean, we're playing 1 game a week.
until we're done with the midfield signings. I don't want a single dollar being spent on a defender, on a centre back. Until we're done with our midfield signings. No, sorry, that's why I changed it. That's why I changed it from defender to the centre back. So I'm okay with spending on a left back, but centre back is like the least of my concerns. Like I'm concerned about midfield. I'm concerned about left back. I'm concerned about our attack. I think we could do with another striker or left winger. And I would rather focus all our attention on those areas before talking about centre back.
100% agree.
Yeah.
That's the only place in the team that I'm not worried about is not worried about. This is the wrong term, but the centre back and the right back, I'm calm, because most teams would like to have Masraoui and Dalot as their 2 right backs. Most teams, except for the best in the world. And the centre backs of Euro, Heaven, Licha, De Ligt, and Maguire, those 5. I'm happy with that, because we have so much other problems to take care of. The left back, and I said
I
earlier,
have to drop, guys. Big up.
Big up, Sean. Yeah, it's fascinating. Big up, Sean. Thanks for joining us. 100%. Yeah, I 100% agree. That's why I'm thinking a centre half. We need a centre half. Me personally, I think we're sleeping on that, and I think next season we can get caught out. But I hope and pray you're right, Hilda. I hope that all our centre halves stay free next season.
Yeah.
I think what they are.
I think that will be less of a problem. But I do understand you. But it's just it was a problem this season. So it's like when Liverpool won the league. People bet them to win the league next season, but thing rarely stays the same. And I think that's also the case for the centre backs. But like I said, I think it's also irrelevant, because I think Maguire will start. So it is the centre back problem either way. So, but yeah, I like I said, and like Jarvis said, with weak thin squads, get more injuries. Like, I'm really worried about if we don't bring a striker for Sesko, that we will run him to the ground. Or let's say if Mbumo hits form at winger, and then Sesko, and then he has to move to the striker, and he loses his form and confidence. And I just don't get why don't we just have. We don't need all of these. Oh, he can play as an inverted nipple. Like, I don't care. Like, I want a striker to be a striker. I want a winger to be a winger. Like, buy people where they are good. Like, this isn't. I like versatile players, but we can't have only versatile players. Just buy a striker. Like, if you said to me no one on Welbeck, even, I would take Welbeck. We need someone to sub him.
I think we'll end up ending up with Welbeck. I'm not going to lie to you.
With
Welbeck, and if Sersky had anything about him, he would leave Manchester United this summer.
Yeah.
And most likely we'll get a Welbeck. That's why a lot of the rumours have been in vain. People, let's get to 150 likes. It costs you absolutely nothing. Yes, Fury, I'm watching the game. It's been a very fascinating game, actually, really physical. Panama and Ghana, really physically intense game. Panama have had the best chances. They've hit the bar, I think, or the post. Ghana look toothless. They're built, they're battling, but up front they look really toothless. They're missing Mohamed Kundus. I think he would have given them something. He would have been a massive threat for them.
Yeah.
Big up though. But in terms of what United need, we need so many different things. But I think the defense is important. I really think that we need a centre back.
Everything
that is guaranteed.
That's the point. Everything. A left back is super important. Yeah. But I agree with this.
People are talking about bringing Lewandowski, who's 40 years old, whatever, like nearly 40 years old. I'm like, what are we doing here?
That's my point. I think we need a striker so much that I would probably bring Igalo back from retirement at this point. Like, we just need another centre half to but I don't think that they see it as big of a problem as I do, and that kind of worries me, because I think we play so different when we play, obviously, without Sesko, and how to get cohesion in the team, because I don't want people to go on his back as well, because like I can predict this now, he is going to have shit periods next season where he looks really off it and people will moan, and this will happen. He's a young player. They will go up and down. Just imagine if it was really good.
Mateta's got one more year left on his contract.
Who?
Yeah, Mateta's got one more year left on his contract. We could get in cheap Mateta from Crystal Palace. What do you think, Ogie? You like Mateta?
Yeah. Like I said, I'll take you as a backup striker, Nura. So.
Yeah, it's just anybody that's going to get played, basically. Anybody that's not Sersky. Because Sersky, they don't fancy Sersky. And he doesn't. Does it worry you that he doesn't fancy Sersky and he doesn't fancy Mazraoui? Carrick, does that worry you?
It doesn't worry me that he doesn't fancy Xerxes, because no one has. Like, Ten Hag brought him, he didn't fancy him, Amorim didn't fancy him, and Carrick didn't fancy him. No one fancies him, and he doesn't even know what position he plays. So, nothing. I love Xerxes, but Premier League is just too fast for that guy. Like, he always looks like he just woke up. His hair is a bit scruffy, and he just comes onto the pitch and does a few little Berber things, and then. So it's nothing against him. It's not a shame that Premier League isn't your level. So, but it really does worry me that he doesn't fancy Mazraoui.
Big up to Shaqirian. Apparently, yes, everybody thought he was on a free. No, he's got one more season. He's got one more season.
But like I said, I don't need a manager to pick the team that I want all of the time. Like, that's the dream, obviously, because I know best, you know best, we all know best, we are experts. But the problem for me with Mazraoui and Dalot isn't that, I like Mazraoui better, he should play. He's just clearly a much better player in every way. That's my thing. So that's my concern, that you see something right in front of your eyes and it's like, playing Dan James instead of Rashford. It's just playing Rashford and Gordon instead of Rashford. It's just so obvious. You can say you like Gordon more than Rashford, but Rashford is a better player. And that's what I feel like with Mazraoui. So, I am super worried that no matter who we bring or what we do, that our starting back line will be Dalot, Maguire, Bleep, and then Shaw. That's my worry. I dread to see that, Nura. I dread to see that. That is kind of what concerns me most about Carrick. That I just see next season he will start Maguire, Dalot, and Shaw. And already there, it doesn't matter who we buy in the summer, we will not win. And what do you think about this, Nura? Because people talk about experience. And I've thought about this. Like, Maguire brings experience. But experience isn't experience, is it? There is bad experience and there is good experience. If I were to look for a girlfriend, right, and she's been in 5 abusive relationships, okay, and she's like all fucked up in the head, okay? And someone say, but she's really experienced in relationship. Yeah, but it's bad experience though.
Yeah.
And I feel like that with Maguire.
Suffering.
Experience. Yeah, relegation and being crumbling as a captain and being in the worst United sides in history. Great experience. Good experience.
The experience means nothing for me. Yeah, if your ability and biomechanics are not being able to get you out of trouble,
I think it does.
Have to start protecting you.
I think it does matter. I think it does matter with experience. If it's good experience, Casemiro's experience is a good experience. Varane's experience.
Wow, did you see Casemiro get run over?
Oh yeah. One extra year, one more year. Yeah. Like I said, there's good experience. So I think experience is 100% irrelevant. No, it's 100% relevant. But people just say, he's experienced. But just having played a lot, Lee Cattermole was experienced for Sunderland. Like, so, I just feel like if you have lost 7-0 and being smacked by Watford and Brentford time and time again the last 6 years, get rid of those players that have those memories. Like, Shaw comes on, he doesn't feel that Old Trafford is a fortress anymore. It's just a job. Like, he goes home and play FIFA afterwards or GTA or whatever. Like, they have been smacked up so many times on Old Trafford. It doesn't even... I can't say it doesn't hurt for them because obviously I don't know them. But it's like they have lost... If you were to count like how many horrific defeats Shaw, Dalot and Maguire has been a part of, it's like probably 50.
I feel exactly the same about the whole team. I feel exactly the same about the Brunos. I feel exactly the same thing about a lot of the team, that they're damaged.
Yeah, but they don't play. That's the thing. Except for Dalot, Maguire and Shaw, and Bruno is like the debatable because I 100% disagree with you on him because I know he has been a part of that, but I think like he's been our best signing post Fergie. Obviously, we probably disagree, but except for, let's say you take Dalot, Maguire, and Shaw away and bring in new players that are like, I'm going to prove myself. Then you suddenly have an entire team because Mbumo hasn't been scarred, Cunha hasn't been scarred, Sesko, Mainu not, but he was young, so he wasn't a senior player. Like, we could have a whole team that isn't scarred by what we have done, except for then Bruno. But I don't think he is scarred in terms of Dalot and Maguire and Shaw are serial losers. Simple as, I'm sorry, but they are serial losers. Like they are. They have proved it, and people are like, no, but Shaw's good when he's fit. Maguire's had 1.5 good seasons in 8 years. Like, we have already gave them a chance, and we have given them a chance after the chance, and we have given them a chance after the chance after the chance with 100 new managers. Like, they have proven to us time and time again. So I don't get... People are maybe more forgiving than me, but it's just... It's not that I think they're shit players. I just think it didn't work. Let's try someone new. It's not that deep. It's not me hating on those players. It's just... You have tried something over and over and over again, and it hasn't worked. Try something else. Simple as that. That's... We have tried with Shaw and Dalot and Maguire for 6, 7, 8 years. Hasn't worked. Simple as. It's not that deep. It's nothing personal.
They've had more chances than I don't know. Honestly, they've had the most chances. Most of the football clubs, if they were run properly, they would have got rid of them straight away. People, we still not got 150 likes. I don't know what is going on, honestly. I don't know. We're like 20-something short. We just need 20-something likes. We should have got 200, but I settled for 150. So let's go, people. Let's do it. By the way, on the polls, can England win the World Cup? 76% of viewers say, it's gone the other way. Can England win the World Cup? 76% of you have said no. 24% of you have said yes. That's interesting.
Yeah, I say no as well. Sorry,
It's all good.
but it's
It's
nothing
all
to
about an
do.
opinion.
It
It's all
doesn't
about
has to do so much with England, more about the other teams. I just
Yeah.
think
Who's impressed you out of the big teams so far in the World Cup, Aldi?
I've watched so many games. I have to name some.
What teams like France, Spain, England,
Yeah,
Germany,
France was
Norway,
as good as expected.
Argentina?
Argentina was better than I expected, but they have been good to the run up of the tournament. But you never know. So yeah, Argentina was probably the one who impressed me the most. France was good, but I was expecting them to be that good. Brazil, I wasn't impressed by them, but I wasn't shocked because that's
Morocco?
exactly
Were you impressed by Morocco?
no, because that's what I was expecting of them. If you get me.
Ivory Coast?
Yeah.
Ahmad, did you see Ahmad's goal?
Yeah, and Diamando also was good. But yeah, I expected Brazil to be underwhelming. But let's see. They can get a second wind, but yeah, I don't think they were underwhelming against Morocco because I think Morocco is better than people think, and I think Brazil isn't that as good as people think. So that's kind of what I was expecting. Germany, obviously, we'll see how that goes, but they were a bit better than expected. Netherlands was exactly how I expected them to be. Same with Belgium. I think Belgium is so uninteresting.
I'll have to have a look at him, Jarvis. I'll have to have a look at him. I'll have to
It's
have
so
a
hard.
look at him.
It's so hard without kind of talking also to the club because I would say yes, but only if it means we're not getting another left back. If you get me, Jarv. So I would much rather us go and buy obviously a starter instead of a backup. But I would rather buy a backup than nothing. So yeah. Because I think that's been a thing we've been hindered about with, Shaw, that he is a starter. So for 10 years, we're waiting for him to get fit. So we play Reguilon, Malacia, Amrabat, Dalot, Masraoui. So we never buy a good left back because we have Shaw. And I think that's a problem. We have to switch to not buy a backup, but buy a starter. But yeah, if we don't buy a starter, I would rather us buy a backup left back just to have something. So yeah, but I just can't stand the thought of Shaw being starter next season. Also, I'm like in denial almost. Like I don't want to believe it. I'm speechless.
That's a
I
question
can't
for you.
even.
That's a question. Would you bring out Alvaro Fernanders? Would you bring him back
I would bring Jarvis back.
to play left back?
Yeah,
But for
and
Real
he could do
Madrid,
the signature move, inverted Jarvis.
Real
on the
Madrid
left
are gonna
back.
sign. Real Madrid are gonna sign Cucurella. So would you take him?
Yeah, but I think the plan is for them to have both. But yeah,
Jose
I would.
Mourinho doesn't fancy him.
But yeah, I would take him. Like I say, I would take. It's like with the striker. If you say Alfie Doherty or Welbeck or nothing, I would obviously do that. But I think that's been a part of our problem for the last years, that we buy a Malacia, a backup, we loan Reguilon, we do these things like we buy backup or loan a backup because we have Shaw, but we don't have Shaw. most of the times we don't have Shaw, so it's an irrelevant. And I think his body going to be potato mash next season. My God.
Truffert is the guy that I think Truffert is a good player.
Yeah.
But I've
yeah.
only seen him for one good season.
Yeah.
At Bournemouth, but I think he's a good player. I really like Truffert.
He's high on my list as well.
Yeah.
But like I said,
but
as
he
you know,
got himself into some problem, didn't he?
As you know and Jarv know, there are so many good left backs. There are so many good backup strikers we could buy. There are so many good wingers. There's not a lack and pool of players. That the problem is the club. Like if they wanted to spend, they could spend. That's yeah. If City with their revenue can spend how they do, why the F can't we? Like we are bigger and better in every way. Not better in terms of playing men, but yeah, it's like no, we don't want to buy a marquee signing because we learned from the past mistakes. Oh, okay, so we're never going to buy an expensive player then. It's like, yeah, I don't buy the things that come out from the club because they've been saying for 9 months, Anderson is our priority, Anderson is priority, and then the summer comes and he costs exactly what people are expecting him to cost, basically. And they're like, no, he's too expensive. And I'm like, yeah, but that was the price all along, about 100 north of that. And then the summer comes and they're like, So.
Yeah, he contributes, yeah.
Yeah.
He played well at Luton, so Jarvis is telling us a bit more about.
It was that guy. Okay.
We got relegated from the Premier League under Company, yeah. Yeah. Alfie Dowie, yeah.
But yeah, the big thing for me is and I would love to hear Jarvis's thoughts as well. The thing I said earlier about the midfield is I like basically so many of the ones we are linked with, but it has so much to do what mix we get, because I can like Scott, Matheus Fernanders and everyone, but if you just buy them, are City and Arsenal and Liverpool shaking their pants if we have Mainu, Matheus Fernandez, Ederson and Scott? They're all good players, but we need, it's like I said in the beginning, we do this every time where, we don't need João Neves. We don't want to spend so much, so we buy Ugarte. We don't want to spend so much, so we go for the a step down. But you actually lose money in that way also, because but I get no transfers is secure. But I hate the thing of we done the mistake with Anthony and with Sancho, and so now we're just buying 21-year-olds for 40 million now, or like just because something didn't work doesn't mean that logic makes no sense for other than people who that's just something to say to not spend money. Easy as that. It's and it's also how you spend it. It's not spending big money that's the problem. It's saying to Ajax, okay, we can buy Anthony for 50, 60, and then you wait the whole summer for Ajax to sell 20 of their players, and then they say, dude, we have sold all of our players, it's 90 or nothing, you don't get him, and then we overpay. Or no one is in a bidding war for Maguire and City, and they say, no, that's too expensive for us. And we are like, would you take 80? We are like in a bidding war with ourselves in those situations. And also the same with Sancho. There was no one else in for Sancho at the time. And it's incredible they didn't do the due diligence of, because after the United period, it has come out like the City Academy was a problem with coming late and disciplinary, and that's why people were like, Pep, why did you leave? Let Sancho go to Dortmund. He had lots of questions, and he were like, no. He kind of calmed it down, but now we know that's the reason why they let him go, and it was the exact same in Dortmund, that he was kind of the star man, so he was kind of allowed to do what he want. And Southgate has also like said things about Sancho, why he's not in the squad, and it's about, you know, attitude and stuff like that. And it's just amazing that United didn't do due diligence, or what's it called? So yeah, I don't think spending lots of money is the problem. I think
But it's about the right players.
Yeah, but if I gave my mom 100 million to go and buy a player, obviously she would buy shit, you know, because she doesn't know. But if you give it to, you know, Brighton or Arsenal or Liverpool or City, okay, not Liverpool with Isak and Wales, but you get my drift. It depends on who spends them, not the money. And that's the problem, that, oh no, we have because of Sancho and Anthony and Maguire, we won't spend big, but it was clowns who did those deals without doing due diligence.
The bankers.
So yeah, and I don't get the people who wax one off to us not going for Anderson or not going big. I love we're going for bargains. Like, what?
No, for me, I think the quality players, you have to spend the money. I do think that Elliot Anderson, for me personally, he's worth 100 million because he's like Casado, like Declan Rice, like Enzo Fernandez. But I don't think, not yet. I don't think Fernandez has got a good high ceiling. Mateus Fernandez, but I don't think he's worth 80 million right now.
Yeah, and also, also the point, he like I agree with you, because he could be, but it's not that sure yet that because I don't feel like our club is not. If I had a son who was really talented, I don't know if United is the best place to develop a talent. You see Euro, I know Heaven has done good, but most talents, it's not like how do you say it, environment to grow and prosper and learn of the best. And like, imagine Heaven coming into training, like first training is already better than Maguire or at the same level. Like, why should he look up to him? I'm there to take your place, and it should be like that at United. That's my thing. That so if Mateus Fernandez came in, it would be cool if we had Scholes and Keane. But he comes in, should he learn from Mainu or Ugarte? And that's no disrespect to Mainu, but he's young as well. So that's kind of my point. It's all well nice to buy young players and stuff, but we have to actually develop them. And to develop them, we have to have a good team first.
Yeah.
Because if we only have young players and bring them into Champions League, all important games, there's crisis if United lose, you don't develop them in those situations. So first thing should be create a good senior team with men, and then buy Mateus Fernandez and stuff like that. But we go the other way. And you see how good that has worked for Chelsea. They're 10th. Buying just kids, but you have to have grown-ups there as well to learn from. So,
yeah, big up to DVD. Says here, Prem proven absolutely has its merits. Adaptability, English football is being used as a new beating stick to not compete for the best talents outside of the Premier League. Well, we've signed Edison, and that's a risk coming from Italy. We know that league is a walking league. It depends the league you buy from and the level of quality of the player. So there's context and that needs to be added,
And also, I think there's so many aspects to it, because I get the Prem proven, I disagree with it, and I agree with it. And I agree with what league you buy from, and I disagree with it, because a good player is a good player. So if you buy someone from a shit league and it's a good, like buying Haaland from Molde, wouldn't be a mistake if you get me. A good player is a good player, but I do think also it obviously matters what league they play. But also a good player is a good player, and the Prem proven point, tactics. How does he gel with the staff,
the
the
rest of the
players?
squad.
Does the players like him personally? There are so many more than I standard in the Prem, but that's a very simplistic way to watch football because we have seen a lot of players going within a Premier League to another Premier League and it hasn't worked. And then you can't say it's Prem proven. It's because he didn't suit a new manager. The manager got sacked and they brought a new man. Like there are so many aspects. So I don't want to disregard Prem proven also because you have seen them do it in that league in that intensity. Yeah. But at the same time, I just think,
to be fair, half of the season we think that in Burmo was Prem proven, but half of the season he was crap. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
he was Prem proven, but he
that's
started well.
That's kind of what transfers is because people want to compare stuff. So they want to say, "Oh, we like Sancho, what he did in Germany, and then he comes to the Premier League. Yusuf Wirtz, what he does in Germany, and then he comes to the Premier League, and then people would, but the German league sucks, so we shouldn't buy players there." But then I can find 100 examples of good players that came there from, for example, De Bruyne when they brought him to City. So you can people pick and choose. So if they don't want that player, you can find 100 excuses for it's a shit league or whatever. And if they like that player, they would say, yeah, it's a shit league, but a good player is a good player. So I just think I don't think there's like a golden standard for that league. Because for example, I don't like buying players that is really system players that's in a club that works very well, if you get me. Like Brighton, for example, with certain Brighton players or managers, when things are working so and what's the other, Bournemouth, for example, you see every player coming in there, it just boom, it just works. Right?
Yeah, because a lot of thought has gone into it. A lot of thought has gone into it. But also, we have to be fair as well. There's not massive pressure on the players at Bournemouth, are they? Manchester United, everything's magnified as well. We have to take that into consideration. That could be a factor.
So that's another one. So you have a Prem proven and not Prem proven. But the guy who isn't Prem proven, he thrives on being in the big stage. And the Prem proven, he could deal with the pressure of United. So there are so many factors to why a transfer fails or works. Other than I think people have this need to simplify it really for their brain, kind of to shit league, Prem proven. No, we don't want to buy Ajax players because it didn't work on a Ten Hag, so that means we're never buying Ajax players. I think that's every player, everything is a different story. I think, it's like, you know.
Big up Jarvis. I agree with you, Helgi. In sometimes it's a balance, isn't it? It's a balance. Chelsea under pressure to balance the books after failing UF. One thing about Chelsea, Jarvis, they'll find a loophole. They've got these guys who are vulture capitalists. They'll find loopholes in all these different things, I promise you. They'll find loopholes. City
literally spends like 200 million every transfer window, have 115 charges hanging over them for years and years and years, and nothing happens. Of course, Chelsea as well. Like, it's so funny that Chelsea literally breaks financial rules. Yeah. And but because they come out and say, "Oh, FA,
put their hands up.
We broke the rules." Okay, since you admitted it. Like, what? It's like me stealing in a shop and then coming to return it and like, okay, we're not going to call the police. It's like, no, it's still a crime, right?
Yeah.
So no, I agree with you. I don't think the same rules. They will find a way.
Yeah. I think Casado, oh my God. I wanted Casado for a long time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, no, we don't want Casado, we don't want Enzo, we don't want Rice. We need Ugarte because it's cheaper. You get me? That's what we do. Juan Neves. We always go for this. Like when we were going for Højlund, everyone was saying like Osman or Kane, even though what was realistic or not. But our point was everyone was saying buy a set striker. No, it's too expensive. We don't want to spend too much. Okay, so that worked so well, saving those 20 million quid. And then you don't sell Sancho and pay him the same amount in 2 years while he's at loan on other clubs. You pay that 20 million. It's just so spend.
Yeah.
Let's fix the house and then we can think about the garden. For bloody sake.
Interesting. I think on that note, we'll finish up there.
Yeah. Let us get 11 starters. That is a proper team. And then we can start with all the future thinking and resale value and yada, yada. Let's get a good team.
Yeah.
And then we can, build from there. Not the other way around. Just buy lots of 21-year-olds and just hope they all mature at the same time. It's
that Chelsea model is crazy.
Yeah.
Big up, people. Love and light. Big up to Shekarian says actions have consequences. In this world, Shekarian, some people have all the action with zero consequences. For other people, any little action, huge consequence. So
United as well.
Yeah, big up to you, man.
It's like
Casado
that in
would
United.
be nice. Yeah, I'll take Casado. I think he's born to play for Manchester United, me personally. Big up to Helge. Helge, we've not seen you for a long, long time. He's been working on his album. First album to come out music-wise. Big up to Helge.
Yep.
Lovely to see you, man. Norway look good, forward, to score goals. But interesting.
I hope we'll become better because it was before I go, can Jarvis, can I hear your thoughts? Because I said I think it's one of the worst performances we've had the last 2 years, but we still won 4-1. So that's a good sign. But I hope we become better as the tournament goes. But we are, it may be the toughest group in my opinion. So
yeah, 100%. I think he said that we concede goals, and he said that he asked that earlier on. He said
something about shaky in defense or something like that. Yeah. You know, we're 1 hour ahead of you as well, so it's past
listen, it's
2
too late.
Point, so I have to.
Big up, it's 1:30 here. Big up to you, man. I appreciate you staying with me for this long. Baby. Big up, but it's lovely to see you, man. Good luck with making the album.
Yeah, likewise.
People.
Yeah, I'm taking a break. I'm taking a 6-week break now in that's why I've worked about 16 hours a day now for a month now, because I just wanted to get in as much, because I don't want to like be in the studio and try to be really like inspired musically and then go and watch football and then back to the studio. It fucks with my head, so I have to keep those separate.
Yeah, love and light, people. Love and light. Thank you to Fury. Thank you to all the mods tonight. Big up and love to everybody. Please do smash a like on the video on your way. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And we appreciate this brother for jumping on. We missed your football takes. Big up and love, man. Appreciate you.
It was nice talking to you again. Don
Corleone now. Follow him on X, but he doesn't want anybody messing with him. I can't pronounce it to save my life. It is what it is. But big up, people. Free Palestine, obviously. You already know. People who are getting genocided. Congo, Sudan, Lebanon, Iran, everywhere where people are oppressed. Solidarity and love with everybody, those people who are oppressed worldwide. But yeah, love and light, people. Please do smash the like. Subscribe to the channel and join us. Tomorrow, we'll be going through the same transfer rumors again. It is like trauma, to be fair.
Yeah.
It is trauma.
It's like the TV show, The Desperate Housewives.
Yeah. Yeah, but it is what it is, people. It is what it is. But love and light, people. We're gonna watch the rest of this Ghana. It's going end to end now. Open game Ghana and Panama right this moment now. England's second half looks super impressive. Argentina's been impressive.
Good luck with England as well.
Were impressive, yeah. We'll see what happens with England, but this game is becoming really stretched. I'm gonna go and enjoy it. But love and light, people.
I hope England
We'll be back
Norway.
tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll let you know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Okay, see you guys later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good night. Take care.